Hello, I'm Melody Thomas Scott, and this is a Throwback with TV Guide magazine. Love, pain, outrage. Very dramatic, wasn't it? First of all, anything with big hair like this is 80s. And look at my fingernails. And those were real. I always have my real nails. Man, I could have carved a steak with those. And the jewelry, everything was very Dynasty and Dallas. And I remember Eileen and I, we did several setups. And of course, Eileen and I had our hair down in some and up in some. And then there was this one setup which they actually selected, which was our least favorite. At the end of the shoot, we said, oh my God, watch, they're gonna pick this. And they did, of course. And both of us, our hair is a mile high. And it was just a crazy idea somebody had. Oh, why don't we they both have great long hair. Why don't we put their hair up? Well, we shouldn't have let them do it. But anyway, so it kind of took a little bit of the shine off of being on the cover because we hated our hair.
So you have a pretty great red dress on. What do you remember? Did you select it or was it selected for you?
I would have to guess that it was selected for me. But I do remember I got to keep it because I remember having this in my closet for many years afterwards. Not that I could wear it, on the show or anything, but if you go on a cruise or something, that's acceptable.
At the time, of course, this was a triangle story, as I said. So what did you feel about there being a third party in this Nikki and Victor romance?
We loved it. Of course, Eric loved it. And we really, the three of us worked very well together because Ashley was a completely different woman than Nikki. And yet he was in love with both of them. And that triangle lasted for quite some time, and I think it stopped and then started up again. Mm-hmm. So, gosh, I remember somewhere around this same time, Nikki had a fantasy about being dead in a coffin. I don't know if you remember this. And because she thinks that if Victor thinks she's dying, that he'll leave Ashley alone. Of course, that didn't happen. But I actually got to be inside a coffin and I had to take the lid off and sit up. And there's Ashley and Victor in front of me. And my real life husband, Edward Scott, who was producer at the time, he said, oh my God, how can you do that? I could never do that, because he gets the willies about anything having to do with death. So I've never forgotten that. And Ashley in this fantasy was just so mean. She was not being Ashley, because Ashley was actually a very nice person. I think Nikki was meaner at that time than she. But it was fun. That story was great fun.
Do you have a favorite triangle that you've ever been involved in?
Sure, of course I do, because there's a lot of conflict. Mm-hmm. And you have to have conflict to have interest, really. The one with Ashley certainly is the biggest one. I mean, over the years, hasn't Nikki fought with just about every other female character over Victor? I think she has, every single one of them, even Sharon. There's nobody who she hasn't fought with about him.
Well, what about Nikki being the center of a triangle? I feel like there was a little Arturo moment, a little detour. Right?
Oh my God, that Arturo thing. Shocking.
Right.
And I actually tried to keep that from Eric. I didn't want him to know. A little too close to home there, but I think he did find out eventually. Mm-hmm. People want to see some kind of conflict. Oh, I just said that. If you don't have conflict, you don't have interest. Oh my God, I just said that too. Our triangle is a good one because it makes everybody miserable. Well, okay, Mel. Well, it's accurate. I'll say that.
Especially if you still feel that way in 2024.
I don't know that I would use that word today, but I get it. And then there is another one here. People think I'm crazy. I'm crazy because I cry all day on the set and say it's fun. Well, and then I go on, but it is. It's cathartic. It's like therapy. I get out all my emotions, and so when I go home, I am a crazy but happy person. What kind of a person? I am crazy. And you know what? I still agree with this. I stand by my statement. I wonder what Eileen said. She probably said something much more logical.
Eileen says, you get all different opinions, and as the story evolves, people change sides. Things are always in a state of flux. But a lot of women do get involved with married men. It's a reality.
That was good. That was a good quote. All right, what did Eric have to say?
The situation we're portraying is totally realistic. The extraordinary pain and indecisiveness, it's a tragic situation, absolutely unmitigated hell. It's a process of identification that viewers feel. I know that a lot of men watch this storyline because I hear it. They identify with what goes on, either that or it's a fantasy, something they'd like to do.
Well, that is not wrong. He went very deep, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. Well, we all said something interesting.
You did. William J. Bell, who was the head writer and co-creator of the show, said, "It's a staple of storytelling. A triangle brings out the good and bad in people. It inevitably brings out jealousy. We get mail saying, please, can't they be happy? What they fail to realize is happy becomes dull. You must bring variety to people's lives or they become boring and predictable." Do you agree with that?
Bill Bell was a genius and a very smart man. Yes, absolutely. He also is the one who said, conflict is the essence of drama.
Do you feel in today, are happy couples boring couples?
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, how long can you be happy? I mean, in real life, sure, you want to be a happy couple. But when you're putting drama out there on the air every day, you better have some problems.
And we also had a Nikki and Victor anniversary this year, so of their wedding. So could you ever have imagined when you shot that back in 1984 that today you and Eric would still be paired on screen and that this couple is the signature couple of The Young and the Restless?
Never. We never would. Although we did know at that time about our chemistry. We knew about that almost from the very beginning. And Bill Bell did too. That's why he put us together. So we probably wouldn't be surprised that we would still be married, although that's not true because they've been divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, married. So no, the short answer is no, we would never have guessed.
To what do you attribute your enduring chemistry?
Now, that's the big mystery, isn't it? Very hard to explain chemistry. Mm-hmm. But boy, we've got it, and we've still got it. So, I don't know, fate. Thanks for going down memory lane with me.